niggas be snitching on me lately, so. All right, let me turn YouTube on. By the way, I'm gonna be streaming on 2 channels on YouTube today, actually. So King Akademiks, and for whatever reason, my King Akademiks channel can't get like memberships, but my Negotiator channel could get. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, both are gonna be online in a second. Yo, chat was good with y'all, man. I haven't seen y'all in a minute. You say save the VOD. We gonna make sure we save the VOD. Yeah, it's that Lucas Sabat dude, man. Boy, yo, that nigga did a gun on me, man. Nigga put a case on me, man. Nigga wrote a statement on me, man. Nigga wrote a whole statement on me, bruh. But it's all good. Yo, thank you, Twitch, for holding me down while we were going through that little hiatus. Oh, I see. We up and running on YouTube already. All right, anyway. Yo, we got a lot of things to break down. First of all, yo, oh my God. The J Prince interview, one of the craziest things I've seen in recent history. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's so crazy. But if you guys don't know, I actually have Lil Boom in the building. He's actually back there. You know what I mean? Lil Boom actually came out to Jersey. We actually recorded a podcast today. So there will be a podcast in the morning that you guys can enjoy. Pretty hilarious podcast, I think. We might even shoot another one in the morning. You know, he goes on. I think he goes on tomorrow. So we might shoot another one before he dips. Got some podcast shit coming for y'all. Don't worry. Regardless, holy shit. Not only do we got to, first of all, chat. I hate to do it. Yo, chat. I'm a civilian, right? So technically, I can't be a snitch, right? That's what I can't. Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all now before y'all see it later. Tell me how, right? Yo, I'm gonna get a mic for you. I'm gonna get a mic. I probably do have.
They can hear me.
They probably could. Okay, yo. So, chat. Tell me how. The Houston News reached out. They're like, yo, could we get like a comment from you? And I'm like, nigga, for what? They were like, oh yeah, the Houston Police Department in their indictment has thanked me. I swear, I couldn't make this up. I saw it. You want to see email?
No way. Let me see.
I think it's KHU. Look,
Way.
Request. We are working on a story about the night Takeoff was murdered, and notice Houston police credited DJ Akademiks in the search warrants.
No.
I don't even know if that's snitching or doing the Lord's work. Like,
you thinking of prize, bro? You thinking a day in Houston?
Hell, I don't know.
Akademiks Day?
Hell, you think Jay Prince gonna let that happen?
Damn, you're right. He do run Houston.
Shit. It said. Now they asking me to snitch. They said, you see, this is why you can't stand about the news. They said, we heard that the police are crediting you with some shit. Then they said, do you have any of the raw videos that you could give us? Man, nigga dropped his phone number and everything. I told you the Houston Police Department sent a nice badge. They just ain't sent the gun yet. I'm an honor remember, people. Hey, you know how they say Shaq? I don't know if you have seen this. They say Shaq is actually a sheriff. Do you see Shaq passing the police academy? That nigga wouldn't even shoot free throws, my nigga. Like, come on, bro. Do we actually see Shaq actually being diligent enough to try to pass the police academy? Huh? Somebody says CNG as a gang must end. All right, anyway, yo. So, wait, there's a bunch of stuff that happened. Yo, Offset and Takeoff. Heard Takeoff try to snuff Offset. Offset bobbed and weaved it, gave him one to the rib. You know what I mean? We had Cardi B crying, stop it, guys, stop it. All that type of stuff. We got to talk about that. Got to talk about the Grammys. You know what I mean? I think the Grammys at this point, like, they're just playing games. They playing in our faces, pause. They letting Kendrick win everything. Like, as long as Kendrick raps some woke shit, he's winning. You feel me? Beyonce delusional fans are mad that she didn't win for an album that's completely mid.
Oh,
what else is due?
They finna beat your ass.
We got to talk about it. By the way, we pretty much talk about these topics too on the podcast that's gonna be coming out tomorrow. So tomorrow on Spotify, make sure I go check that out. Me and Boom, we really just cracking jokes and everything. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not that big into, or I try not to be that big into politics, even though I feel like sometimes I am. But god damn it, man, I can't believe that motherfucking China nigga. Like, yo, we used to think about China like they were bitches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, niggas used to just be clowning like, yeah, your shirt made in China, everything's made in China. We thinking about Chinese sweatshops. No fucking way would I ever imagine that China would have a fucking gender reveal party over the United States. They flew a fucking balloon, spying on everybody. You know what I mean? They got infrared images of you beating your dick, cheating on your girl. You know what I mean? Like doing all type of weird shit. They got all the information, and it's not, if that wasn't enough, they got TikTok on your phones. Would have been tracking you already, man. We're doomed. We're doomed. So we got a few things to talk about, but we do want to watch this whole video with Jay Prince on Gillian Wallow's show. Remember I told you that baby Jay Prince reached out to me and was like, yo, is like, I don't know, like the Prince family talk like they're actually in the movie like Godfathers. Like they really talk a certain way. They're like, is the platform of Akademiks a friendly platform for the Prince family to release a statement? And I was just like,
That's how he came at you?
bro, it was mad formal. Like it was like, yo, imagine like, you know, one of the movies, like a nigga rode up on a horse and he hopped off the horse and be like, yo, Monsieur Academics. Like for real, like it was mad formal. It was like, I'm like, oh damn, all right. Like, bro, I kid you not. One thing I don't care what nobody say about like the Prince family, there's something very structured about them, bro. Very structured about them. And you know, I think people try to accuse them of trying to act like they're the mafia, but maybe just discipline and structure. Ain't nothing wrong with that, is there? For real. Like,
definitely speaking in code.
well, Jay Prince was talking in code. We're about to get to that in a second, but when they asked me that, I'm just thinking that they about to just give me something I could read or just post on the gram. They ended up doing a whole interview. I got to think this was the statement they were thinking about because they did a whole interview with $1 Million Worth of Game, Gillian Wallow, and I think it was very, very interesting, okay? Somebody said they ain't no Sinaloa cartel, though. Come on, man, stop playing me. I better stop playing with Jay Prince. Hey, let me tell you this. I'll tell y'all one thing. I've learned that I probably should be scared of Jay Prince. It's one of those, like, you probably want to be scared of him. Because all the other niggas who I would think wouldn't be scared, they be sounding scared. So it's one of those situations where, you know, if we all at a crowded mall and 5 niggas start running there, I'm not sitting around asking questions. I'm running too. So I don't know why. I don't know why people, they interact a little different when Jay Prince talk to them. I'm going to be the same way, okay? I love the Prince family, all right? Anyway, by the way, that's being facetious. I know y'all be like, yo, he paid y'all off. Anyway, we're about to watch this thing. Before I play it, $1 Million Worth of Game, I'm going to be honest with you, and I love Gillian Wallow. I think this was a rehearsed, and what I mean by rehearsed interview, this was very controlled. The reason why I'm going to say that is, by the way, let me try to do it in the background real quick. Give me 1 second, chat. Okay? Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to do something real quick. So I'm going to try to log into this particular... I'm going to try to log into... I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in. Is it this? So I'm going to try to pull up the current court documents, right? I'm going to try to pull up the current court documents. I failed. Okay, I failed. Let me see, how do I get back into this? I'm going to try to pull up the current court documents because the reason I'm going to call this interview a little bit like, you know, interesting, because I don't believe... Give me 1 second. I don't believe... Oh, no. Fuck. Criminal courts. Here we go. I probably should look this up before. Fuck it. All right, I'll look it up either while we're watching the video or something else. Anyway, yeah, so the reason why I'm calling this a little bit rehearsed is because it feels like at times Gillian Wallow are asking questions that are layups for the Prince family to answer. let's keep it 100. Nobody has even thought of snitches in this particular case. We all love Takeoff. We don't think this is just some street shit. We all see a guy who we love that got killed, and we either want justice or we want answers. I don't see nobody talking about a snitch angle. I don't see nobody reading paperwork to see who's telling on who. Yet, that was a big part of this conversation. I think the Prince family is very smart. I think they wanted to do a few things. Probably send a message that is kind of coded with intimidation. Number 2, flush out a person who they believe is snitching on maybe individuals or individual from mob ties or someone close to them. And number 3, change the narrative that they're pretty much, cold-hearted people who just watch Takeoff get murdered in cold blood. Now, the third of those things I mentioned, I think they definitely didn't accomplish, okay? You can't go to an interview trying to humanize yourself, but basically blame and deflect and not really say, hey, we are to be held accountable because these people did come down here and was on our watch. And again, maybe it's not particularly the incident, but if niggas were gonna argue and you see people with guns, somebody should have de-escalated. Maybe somebody should have realized this early in the night. I'm not saying hindsight's always 20/20, but if people were going to change their opinion of the Prince family, they wanted accountability. All right, let me start playing this real quick. YouTube, I'm glad y'all back online, and let's kind of get into this. By the way, Gillian Waller, y'all are ill, man. You gonna be watching this, and at one point, this guy is Mike Prince. He's bawling, like he's crying, bro. They go straight into reading the ad, like right there. This shit was ill. This shit was ill, bro. Like it was ill. It was like, yo, matter of fact, y'all gonna watch. By the way, and again, I want no problems with the Prince family. I'm just trying to speak my piece and be honest. A lot of this interview, it's interesting to watch Jay Prince Jr.'s demeanor because, again, I'll point out when I see it. Let me just play.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. First and foremost, man, before we even get started, I want to say rest in peace to Takeoff. You know what I mean? Shout out to his family. Shout out
to the whole QC.
To the whole QC, to all his loved ones. You know what I mean? We want to show our respects on that aspect first, When I got the call from you, OG, we was a little reluctant to do the interview because, somebody lost their life. It was a sensitive situation. So, we talked, and then when you alerted me that you had sat down with, P from QC, and, everybody saw things eye to eye, and, that really had, was like, okay, well, cool. As long as you see eye to eye with, the people that's most close to him, and y'all got everything figured out, then okay, then you can come speak your truths. You know what I'm saying? Because that side of the family and this side of the family is on the same accord. So, with that being said, let's get into this interview, man.
Yeah, and I would like to also, man, I want to echo everything that was said, We would like to extend and send our condolences, you know what I mean, as well, because, and definitely to Takeoff mother, you know what I mean, because I put her at the top of the list because it's an unnatural thing to lose your kid, you know what I mean. I felt all kinds of pain.
By the way, I read a comment that said, after you look at Jay Prince and you think about Judge Mathis, you'll never unsee it again. Like, you'll never unsee this shit again, bro. You'll never unsee this shit again, gang. You'll never unsee. Hold on, let me check this. I'm telling you, bro. Once you look at this, you go back to here, you'll never unsee it again, bro. I know, I just ruined it for you. I'm sorry.
From losing my mother, my father, brothers, sisters, cousins, best friends, and different things. But, to lose your child is a whole different, a whole different kind of pain. So, I sympathize with that to the fullest because that's what you call unnatural. You know what I mean? They supposed to bury us, not us burying them.
Absolutely.
Now, Mike Prince, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yo, look at Gilly's face, man. Yo, you know what I love about Gilly? His face tells you everything. I think he be high though, so I'm gonna give him I'm gonna shoot him a little bail. But look at Gilly's face.
Different, a whole different kind of pain. So
look at Gilly's face and this shit.
Because that's what you call unnatural. You know what I mean? They supposed to bury us, not us burying them.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
Now, Mike Prince,
look at Gilly's face.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yo, why they do Gilly like that? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Gilly gotta blink twice, like, yo, if this is against his will, bro.
Mike Prince, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Look at Gilly's face.
You gotta play that bitch in slow motion.
Look at Gilly's face right now. I gotta play this shit in slow-mo. That's a fact. Yo, Gilly took about like 15 seconds to turn his head, bro. Yo, y'all can't tell me that J Prince is not the boogeyman. If y'all don't see, J Prince is right here. Gilly's really not trying to look over there, bro. Gilly is not trying to look over there, gang. Nah. All right, I'm letting it play. Go.
You was there, and a lot of people seen you trying to de-escalate the situation, and then things just went left. What happened, Mike?
Well, it really wasn't a situation to de-escalate because it really wasn't. It wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked, but it really wasn't that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I even asked myself that today. Like it wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? Like we from the cuts. You know when certain things are what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
by the way, interesting to note, like I do know I'm familiar with the equipment they're using, so it does have 4 microphone options, but you could have more if you know how to work it. You know who doesn't have a mic? J Prince Jr. Seriously, he doesn't have a mic.
Talk, huh?
He kind of talks a little bit during this interview, but just it's very interesting to note. And I'm gonna tell you. And by the way, some of y'all gonna be like, just play the fucking video." If you want to watch a video, this is $1 million worth of game video. You can go to their page, watch it uninterrupted. I've noticed a few things I'm trying to point out because this is much deeper. And y'all should have seen the fucking title of the stream, at least on YouTube. We scientifically breaking this down. We pulling up footage, nigga. I think we might have a DNA sample tonight. You feel me? We're getting into it. It's interesting, and I'm going to tell you what this tells me already. This whole setup tells me that J Prince Jr. might be at least trying to be cautious of any blowback legally. If you don't know his history, he did do a bid a couple of years ago. So I do believe he's a felon, right? I think the reason why you're not seeing him being this vocal is because, number one, his father's not involved, yet his father's going to speak adamantly about this situation, which, again, if you ask me, he's speaking on behalf of his son, but the reason why the son's not speaking is probably because who knows how the police are looking at it. So it's an open investigation. Let me keep going.
because you had so many years of looking and seeing and feeling and dealing, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, it was really a beautiful night, you know what I'm saying? We all family, we enjoying, everybody kicking it, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a situation that it turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me saying I'm de-escalating, I'm basically just telling nephew, like, hey, it ain't worth talking about. He's like, man, you want to talk about basketball. It ain't, leave it alone, stop talking about it.
This interview irks me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I say it's scripted and rehearsed a bit, the obvious questions, and by the way, Gilly and Wallow, they know how to conduct an interview. They're great at what they do. I won't ever sit here and try to, act like these guys aren't also really good professionals at holding down the mic. Pause. When the conversation starts like this, saying, why couldn't this been de-escalated, right? And again, you see, if I'm doing this interview, y'all gonna call me police because it's hard not to be quote-unquote police. You know what the next question is? Who was Quavo arguing with? I still don't know who he was arguing with. Who was the center of the argument with Quavo? If y'all ask him if he could have de-escalated it, who was he arguing with? It would make us make sense of why people felt they had to either defend or step up for whatever party.
Period. Like, stop talking about basketball. You don't talk that other conversation started. You know what I'm saying? Me, the homies, everybody went outside to smoke. You know what I'm saying? We just sit back chilling. Then they, we gonna talk. They talk basketball. You know what I'm saying? Just nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, so it wasn't that type of situation or that type of energy to where you would feel like something had escalated to where it was supposed to be a problem.
So to the people that say, okay, Prince family been doing this for years. Been bringing people down. They've been hosting them. Nothing like this ever happened. You feel what I'm saying? What about the people that feel like still nothing should have happened because they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected. Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. When a man attack a situation with a weapon, then, it become a playing field where, any and everything goes. So that's what we're dealing with right here, and that's the root of this situation. And he didn't attack the Prince family, but he attacked, people that we know, and it was totally unnecessary. You know what I mean? For you to attack a man with a weapon. Because what that's going to do is put a man in a position where he want to protect himself. And that was the root of igniting.
Hey, I want y'all to watch and listen to this shit very, very carefully. It feels like Jay Prince is laying out. Remember I told you that the guy who killed Takeoff most likely is going to get off. And I said he's going to get off because he's going to claim self-defense. He's going to claim that he didn't fire the first bullet. He only fired a bullet in response to another person being violent with a gun and firing a bullet. So the person who I told y'all, the person who usually gets charged with murder, because it's going to be murder or manslaughter, is usually sometimes not the person who ends up shooting Takeoff, which they're claiming is Patrick Clark. It's usually the person who started the altercation that forced somebody to. Now, remember I said that. What does Jay Prince seemingly is kind of laying out? He's laying out the self-defense for the dude. He's laying it out. To me, this is a propaganda that is hoping to not only flush out the dude who they want to get charged, but it's also to kind of send a message to even the DA.
This gunplay.
But to clarify it real quick so they can understand, we're not talking about Takeoff attacking nobody.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so they can understand.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not Takeoff and not nobody from Houston, attack nobody until, the homie that was with them would take off them, whatever his name may be. He giving all kinds of statements on this police report we have, so we can read his name and everything, because he put himself in a position where he's cooperating and telling a lie.
Now, here's the interesting part about it. Why does Jay Prince have this police report? Why does he care? Number one, he wasn't there. Granted, his son was there. But why would you have the police report if your son isn't charged? And if you're saying that, even though he's saying it was one of us, if you have no vested interest in the guy who is charged for shooting Takeoff, why are you going so hard to talk about what another man said in terms of giving a statement? Remember, Patrick Clark was bailed out for $1 million by allegedly a concerned civilian.
A lot of different lies, so we may as well shine the light on the real root to the issue, which is this homie, you know what I mean, in this paperwork. So as everybody could see on the video, you know, this dude, without having a green light from Offset, nobody told this man to, you know what I mean, attack somebody and, you know,
Scalpel chat and grab the badges. We gonna get back into this, all right? Takeoff, bowling, alley shooting. We're gonna break this shit down. We gonna break this shit down like a fucking kilo of fentanyl, nigga. Here we go. So we just figured out who. Let me go to the TMZ one. We just figured out quickly, if you don't know. Right? We just figured out. Oh, now I gotta sign in. Oh, y'all hating on me now? Okay. Let's see what the fuck. Do I have a? All right, that should work. I did. All right, bet. Okay.
With this,
let me see. We're gonna break this bitch down. We're going to break this bitch down. All right, so now we get to find out who he's talking about. He's talking about Lil Cam.
from
5'2". Who's 5'2"? Patrick Clark is a bigger, he's huskier too individual. The only small nigga there that's 5'2" is Lil Cam. Remember what he says?
Offset. Nobody told this man to, you know what I mean, attack somebody and, you know, quavo, I mean. You know what I mean? Nobody gave him a green light to attack, you know, a 5'2" guy. You know, this is...
Okay. So Jay Prince is giving us more information than we ever knew. Remember when we were analyzing this footage? And let's see if I could bring it back on the screen. Remember this footage we were analyzing, right? Let's get back into it, chat. Y'all niggas grab your binoculars and bifocals, man. Let's get back into this bitch. Okay? No. Okay. Just a second. So remember here, and I'm going to take off the alerts for a second. Thank y'all to all the gifters. Make sure I shout out all my gifters before I get off. Okay? Okay, so this is Migo Bands, right? You're going to eventually find out that Jay Prince is talking about him. So Jay Prince says he has his gun out, right? Quavo says, yo, man, let me get out of here before I have to hurt somebody. He walks in the direction and walks past Migo Bands. And then, according to what Jay Prince is saying, remember, we looked at this footage 1,000,000 times. There's about 3 angles. We looked at it 1,000,000 times. We couldn't tell who got hit, right? We just know somebody did get hit before bullets got fired. According to Jay Prince, what is he saying? Why would you attack someone who's 5'2"? So we're now finding out Lil Cam probably got hit before bullets got fired, right? We're going off what Jay Prince said. You know what I mean? He gave us some good context clues. Listen.
Without having a green light from Offset, nobody told this man to, you know what I mean, attack somebody and, you know, quavo, I mean. You know what I mean? Nobody gave him a green light to attack, you know, a 5'2" guy. You know, this is a big nigga. You know what I mean? So I guess he felt like, you know, the little homie is somebody he can just hit and knock out and different things like that. And it was a wrong thing to do, man. And it was an embarrassing thing to do because it was, you know, like Mike said, it was so unnecessary. It wasn't even that type of atmosphere. You know, y'all talking about a basketball game. You know what I mean?
Okay, so if you ask me, it looks like Quavo is arguing with Lil Cam. That's what Jay Prince is pretty much hinting to, right? They never say his name, which this is another reason I'm telling you this is scripted. Gillian Wallow never say who is the 5'2" dude? Who's Quavo arguing with? Who is this other person that they're talking about basketball? They never identify him, but the only thing that really identifies him for me is the 5'2" thing, right? All right.
See.
Okay. Right. Give me 1 second. I gotta get the raw video again. Give me 1 second. Takeoff, bowling alley, raw video. It's probably on YouTube. Is it there?
Thinking Police RMZ executive.
Everything's in slow motion, right? Hold on. I just want to find the first angle. I got to download it somewhere.
Maybe type in takeoff shooting.
Takeoff shooting, probably, right? Takeoff. Swing, right? Because we knew somebody got punched. Where's that fucking angle at? Is here, right? Here. Inappropriate. What the fuck?
Just press the play button.
Hold on.
Wait, there's a play button?
At the top left.
Oh. No.
Fuck.
Nah, they hating on this shit. I'm gonna have to go back to my old videos type shit.
Just chat. I'll find it for you.
Okay. Find that video for me. You know what video I'm talking about, right?
The first one, right? That where they swing off on each other.
Yeah. We're looking from. It's a different angle. Is it here? No. Nah. No, this is not it. This is the angle with. This is the Migo Bands dude. Which, by the way, okay, as you're gonna get into it, chat. Essentially, Jay Prince says this is a guy who escalated everything with his energy, and because of his energy, that's why bullets got fired and why Takeoff got killed. Let's go back to this for a second, though.
I mean, a 2-on-2, playing a 2-on-2, and now you turn a misdemeanor into a felony.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of people seen the video. It was a few seconds, and Junior, they seen you walking by. We understand that, Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all, but they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about that video, right? Is one scenario is that they see Mike on the ground trying to help Takeoff, but in the video, Mike was right behind me. People didn't peep that. People think that I'm the one who had a voice. I mean, I'm the one who was speaking in the video when I wasn't. If you go back and look at the video, Mike is walking right behind me. They took 3 seconds of a situation where I was caught on video and turned it into what they wanted it to be. But in all actuality, we had been there for a while. Mike was following me so we can go to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands.
Got it.
and so he can enlighten me to what transpired, because I wasn't even out there when this transpired.
He died.
I was inside paying a bill, so I had no knowledge of what had transpired outside. As I'm walking I had just got done paying the bill. As I'm walking to the door, I hear gunshots, and then I also hear bullets coming through the glass. So I got out the way because I was almost at the door. So I end up getting out the way, and sadly, what had taken place had taken place. But in that 3-second clip, it was me and Mike walking to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands, and so he can enlighten me to what transpired outside.
There was rumors that after all this occurred,
Hold on. We got the video, chat. We got the video. Shit is kind of sad. Like I went back to the fucking day it happened, and I have the video saved on my computer, which is a little eerie, but whatever. Okay, let's see if. All right. So display capture. Here we go. Cool. So, chat. This is the video right here, right? So takeoff right here. That's Mike Prince talking. They said they know y'all, they're not gonna be disrespectful. Quavo's talking about basketball. He said we don't care nothing about no basketball. He said we just play basketball. We see Mike Prince move off, and then Quavo move off. Then we're gonna see a swing. Yeah, this is when we kind of we argued about if this is a swing or a shot. We argued about this before. Yeah, some people say shot, some people say swing. See, it's all over the place. All right, cool. So yeah, that's the main thing, right? We're gonna come back to this video, and I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep this video up, but according to Jay Prince Jr., because we actually don't see him in the argument, so he might be right. He might not. He probably telling the truth about that. He's paying the bill, right? Mike Prince though is in the middle of the argument. And apparently when Jay Prince Jr. says he's about to come out of the place, he heard gunshots, he kind of run back in, or he kind of like hides. And obviously Mike Prince then comes in afterwards and tells him what's up. Here we go.
you was the one that took Quavo and them to the hospital. Y'all still was together after the fact.
I stayed with Quavo. We stayed out there probably like 2 or 3 hours together before we all parted ways and made sure each other was cool. Like, me and him stayed out there. Like, one other person pulled up, but it was me.
You know, again, Gilly and Waller are just fine interviewers, so, you know, I'm not critiquing their skills. But, you know, the first thing I would ask, be like, wait, the police said they showed up and there was supposedly over like damn near 50 people at this event, but there wasn't one person there when they pulled up. So how the hell did y'all stay there for an hour afterwards if the cops never saw you and you never saw the cops? That don't sound right. Shit. Chat. Hold on. Police speak on takeoff. Here we go. They're going to say what happened.
Good afternoon, everyone.
My bad.
Chief, the mayor's here. After he speaks, they came upon a male who was deceased.
Here we go.
That male has been identified as Kersnick Ball, better known as Takeoff. He's a member of the Migos rap group. out of Atlanta. And I want to pause again because sometimes the hip-hop community gets a bad name. And I know, and evident from this city and people who I have a personal relationship, a lot of great people in our hip-hop community. And I respect them. But back to Takeoff. I got many calls from Houston and outside of Houston. And everyone spoke of what a great young man this is, how peaceful he is, what a great artist. And I'm calling up on everybody, our hip-hop artists in Houston and possibly as early as next week.
Patrol officers received a call at approximately 2:30 for a pronounced deceased on the scene on the 3rd level just outside the front door. We were also informed that 2 other individuals had reported themselves by personal vehicle to local area hospitals on their own, both of them with non-life-threatening injuries, but a 23-year-old male and a 24-year-old female. Like I said, both of them are going to be okay, and we have spoken and gotten information from them to help us in this investigation. But the officers arriving on the scene, initial statements from employees working at the establishment notified us that there was an incident that occurred after the party had ended. There was a private party that was booked out for the event. And then after that ended, there was a large group of people who gathered at the front door area just outside of the building. And it led to an argument where the shooting took place from the disagreement. A lot of the people that were there fled the scene and did not stick around to give a statement. So we're asking them to either call us at the Homicide Division at 713-308-3600.
I remember all this shit. I think it's the chief. He actually says everybody dipped. So it might be in the beginning, but let me see this.
At this event, and people left possibly out of fear.
Right here. Come on, man. I'm telling you, bro.
And every brother and sister in the neighborhoods, I'm calling you to action, to step up. There were 40 people at least.
Told you.
At this event.
Here we go.
And people left possibly out of fear. I ask you one thing, and I want this to resonate with everybody. What if it was your brother? What if it was your son? You would want somebody to step up. So please step up, get the information to us so we can bring some closure to this family who's hurting right now. Commander, come up to translate for us. Thank you.
So did he hang out? Did they hang around for an hour? Or we got to be honest. Well, the body's there and the police come get the body. So it's not like Takeoff got rushed to the hospital. They actually declared him dead on the scene. Yeah, so I can't even say, oh, they left to the hospital with Quavo. They said they were there. So if they were there, they must have saw the cops. But the cops said they ain't really seen nobody. That's interesting.
Me and him that stayed out there for hours after this transpired. So, yeah.
Hours, huh?
Hours. You know how long hour is, right?
Hours, huh?
I think that's 60 minutes. So if you times that by 2, that's...
The cops said we couldn't find nobody out here. Could somebody who was there, we know it was 48 hours, could somebody give us a statement? These niggas said they were out there for hours. That's good.
Yeah, so it's just interesting how, one can take a 3-second lie, you know what I mean, and contaminate, a bunch of damn fools that'll believe anything that they see. And when in actuality, as you can see, these two was with Quavo, you know what I mean, from beginning to end. They dropped him off. They never left his side, because here's the thing. Takeoff is not the only one got hit that night. You know what I mean? A friend of ours daughter got hit in the head.
Let's go back to Gilly's face, man. Let's go back to yo. I need to get this. Is my new emote, man. This is my new emote.
You know what I mean? From beginning to end. they dropped him off. They never left his side.
They never left the side.
You know, because here's the thing. Takeoff is not the only one got hit that night. You know what I mean? A friend of ours daughter got hit.
Oh shit. Gilly don't believe that shit, but he not gonna do it.
You know what Gilly want to say? I don't know if y'all from Philly. I understand how people from Philly talk. Be like, this sound like some nut shit, man. This sound like some nut shit. That's what he want to say, man. Look at Gilly's face, man. But he can't say nothing. I think this is in Houston too, so who knows? The killer might have been outside the door. Yo, holy shit. Yo, you know what Gilly's face the whole time is on some shit like, yo, Wallow, why you got me sitting next to them? Why are you over here and I'm right next to them? Yo, Wallow, what you got me doing, bro? Yo, chat, caption this look, bro. Yo, matter of fact, take a screenshot of this. Like on the actual video, not this one where you can see the chat and me. Take a screenshot of this, and I gotta post it to the gram. I gotta be like, caption this, bro. What does this? What's the caption for this picture right here, chat?
In the head. You know, so somebody could have been mad about that and wanted to come back and do some things. So they was there with the homie. And whenever he decide to speak, he gonna validate everything we saying. Quavo, you know what I mean? Because he know he was never abandoned. He know he was never disrespected. He know every time he have came to Houston, it been nothing but love and respect. That's why he came so many times.
Yo, chat, you know what's funny? And I was talking to Boom earlier about this on the podcast. I think this is one of those situations where, like, again, pardon my ignorance if I am coming off ignorant. I think Jay Prince and them is kind of looking at the situation and the way of course, they're not going to try to disrespect, Quavo or anything like that, but they're looking at it like, yo, we all street niggas, some shit happened, let's leave it in the streets. It's one of those things where it's like, yo, just leave it in the streets. That's the only way I could think about this, bro. Like, because when I heard Jay Prince said, oh, and Quavo's gonna come back this up, I'm like, wait, what? Nigga, when I heard him say it, be like, yo, wait, what? Nigga, ain't no way.
He finna diss his own cousin? When you hear Houston, you hear mob ties. And some people would say that it's some type of protocol for people to check in when they come to the city. And this coming from a person like me and Gil, we ain't never check in when we came to the city. So is there supposed to be a certain protocol for people to check in?
No, and I begin with me, and then he can speak, and they can speak for the other generation. But never, you know what I mean? We don't have time for no sucker shit like that. Now a lot of people from the different police departments and all these different people want to insinuate like we extorting people. They have to check in. Man, that ain't no money in that shit. I wouldn't have. I got more money than I could spend, right? So I don't want to say go give you. That shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna turn out right because real niggas ain't gonna have that no way.
I know. What up? Thank you for the donation.
But on the flip side, there is what you call a brownie point to be able to have us as friends. You know what I mean?
Hey, and this is why I keep saying rehearse, man. Again, by the way, I do have respect for the Prince family. Obviously, I speak really highly of Gilly and Wallow. Bro, you see, this is where, like, that's why I said I think this is a toss-up interview. This is a softball interview. Because the first thing I'm going to say, and granted, yeah, I get it, nobody likes 6ix9ine, but, there's two incidents I could bring up with the check-in or tap-in, and, there's many things to ask. Well, what happened with the 6ix9ine situation? He explained the situation basically saying that he came to the city, he got pulled up on, and he was invited to a party that was somebody's birthday party that he felt almost obligated he had to show love. Maybe that's not checking in, like, or getting extorted like you're paying for some shit. But essentially, if you have to go show love involuntarily, what does that say, right? Okay, all right, let's move 6ix9ine to the side. What about NBA YoungBoy? What, these are questions where I'm younger, so like, the reputation of Rap-A-Lot and Jay Prince precedes even my existence. But we have enough proof or enough reason to believe that there might be something going on from current cases. We're not just making this up.
And I don't want to impose or force myself to embrace nobody. But by the same token, those that I respect and I befriend, there is a difference coming into the city as our friend versus by yourself. You know what I mean? And the difference is we are respected.
Put it like this. 6ix9ine and Shotty got pulled up on by the Prince family at a shoe store saying, yo, what up? Yeah, whatever, we trying to tap in with y'all, whatever. I see y'all in town. Yo, we're having a birthday party for, I think it was Junior probably. Yo, y'all come through. 6ix9ine and Shotty supposedly get to the club late, which they viewed as disrespect. They then got told, you're no longer welcome in the club. They apparently had to leave the club. 6ix9ine then had a performance that he was headlining World Star's show at South by Southwest. Jay Prince Jr. and about it seemed like 75 goons shut the show down. It's only one conclusion. They were on stage at the time when they were asking for 6ix9ine to show up. It's only one conclusion you could take from that. 6ix9ine didn't follow whatever protocol that they wanted him to follow, and they prevented him from performing. That seems very natural. That would lead me to believe that there is a system of checking in or showing love, whatever you want to call it. People have to deal with you guys if they're going to be making money in the city. That's a check-in process to me.
We are respected, and everybody with us, we're going to demand that they be respected. But it ain't no trying to extort or trying to force. We don't need that. That's fake love. All right. We don't want that.
Because it seemed like, and why is it that?
Wallow low-key was trying to get on their ass, I ain't gonna lie to you.
A high percentage of things that take place that might go wrong in this city, why is mob ties and Rap-A-Lot always blamed?
Man, all of my life, damn near in this game, that been the case. You know what I mean? It's almost like I view our brand like a Nike brand in the streets. Everybody wear it. You know what I mean? Because it's something proud to wear and feel good about. But all of those everybody's, and I done a post say everybody with us ain't one of us. You know what I mean? Everybody wear that hat, wear that attire. You can't give them to me. You can't give all these people that wear Nike and may go shoot up, bang, bang, or whatever in Nike attire. Y'all don't try to give it to Phil Knight, whatever that dude name. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So don't try to give me that shit, but they do. Yo,
what's funny? I'm driving in the car with Boom earlier today. You made a great point. I don't know if you remember the point.
I was literally about to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was like, nigga, he's saying everybody with a mob ties clothing or whatever. It's like Nike. And I'm like, nigga, that's different, nigga. Anybody can go and buy Nike. Not every nigga can just say I'm mob ties. For one. For two, nigga, if you're in the Nike headquarters and you do some shit in the headquarters next to the CEO, you're gonna take blame for that. Cause bitch, not everybody can get a mob ties. Not everybody can be mob ties.
Put it like this. If I'm at the McDonald's headquarters and a nigga has a goddamn fucking clown suit with a big fucking golden arches on his chest and he's rocking I don't care if he worked there or not, I'm suing McDonald's. By definition, I'm at the McDonald's headquarters. It's like saying, if I'm on Cleveland Ave and a nigga throw up a YSL sign, I assume he's in YSL. Like, come on, nigga. We're on Cleveland. We're on Cleveland, nigga. They're in Houston. Mob Ties isn't just like a fashion brand, right? Like, granted, now if you see somebody in Mob Ties in Dubai, might be like, this ain't got nothing to do with Jay Prince. Mob Ties in Houston, come on, bro. Okay, that's like me being at Google headquarters or me being at Apple headquarters, and I'm like, nah, that got to be a nigga from that gotta be a nigga with an Android that snuck in this bitch and did it. No, nigga, if you have a fucking half-eaten apple on your fucking shirt and you did some shit to me, I'm gonna say a fucking Apple employee did it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's kind of self-explanatory. I don't see Mob Ties in New York.
No.
I don't see Mob Ties when I go. I don't see Mob Ties in Miami.
That's a dumb point he made.
He tried to compare it to Nike.
Nigga,
He said we like
anybody
Nike.
can buy Nike. So not anybody can just rep Mob Ties. Anybody can go to Nike, bro. It's fake Nike out this motherfucker, bro. You can go to the sweatshop down the street.
And here's also what kills his point. Now, if he said, like, first of all, partly the reason why he's doing this interview, he's defending not only the shooter, Patrick Clark, but he's defending the person who supposedly got hit at first, Lil Cam. He said the 5'2" nigga. So you're defending the people who we already thought was with you, so of course we believe they're with you. All right, like, he's not coming out and saying, yo, that little midget ass nigga who's at the fucking dice game, we don't know that nigga. He's not saying that.
That's little homie.
You know what I mean? And I learned to accept the things that I can't change the things that I can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. You know what I mean? Because, you know, with us and with the success that we have attained for so many years brings about a certain jealousy and envy and all that kind of shit with it, man, until, you know, it's like a snowball effect where you really can't stop it. You know what I mean? You know, I give you a story my 114-year-old great-grandmother gave me. She said, people going to say what they want to say. You just don't let it be so. So I live that life of just not letting it be so.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is also brought to you by the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum Return.
No, this was ill. Yo. Nah, this was ill right here. This was ill. This was just like, fuck it.
To LA on Sunday, February 5th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. More than 20 of the best NASCAR Cup Series drivers will compete on a quarter-mile track built in less.
Yo, niggas think he even lied about the grandmother. They say, oh, look up. Did his grandmother really live to 114? Nah, man.
No, get out the grandma.
Nah, you can't get at the grandma, man. Long live his grandma. Come on now.
In 50 days, kicking off the NASCAR 75th season, the Clash features.
Yo, this
Why
is
you playing
ill.
this fucking ad?
Bro, it's not skippable. Like, there's no skip ad button on this. It's just in there.
You can go past it, nigga.
Bro, you want to hear about a NASCAR Clash, nigga?
Yeah, you're right. Fuck it, bro. I want to hear you playing. I think
Pre-race concert by Cypress Hill and a race break performance from Wiz Khalifa. Right now, you can get your tickets
Wiz Khalifa there?
at NASCAR Clash.
Wiz Khalifa performing in NASCAR? Is there performances at NASCAR event?
Yeah, Gravy. I told you Gravy was there.
When do you perform? Before the cars take off or like while they're driving?
It probably is a halftime. They just stop. The cars just stop and them niggas performing. And
Hell no.
Bro, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking...
.com. NASCARClash.com. Get out there and get your tickets.
Hey, listen, and make sure y'all tune in because you got the OG there, Cypress Hill,
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jay Prince. I'm like, oh, shit.
right? Cypress Hill doing his
Yes.
thing. And then you got the pre-break concert by Wiz Khalifa. So you know he gonna be in there black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, doing his thing. So tell them where they could get the tickets at one
At
more time.
NASCARClash.com.
Let's get back to talking about the takeoff murder.
NASCARClash.com.
Yes.
Make sure y'all go there, check out all the races, check out everything they got going on, check out the concert. You got the OG Cypress Hill, right?
Yes.
And you got the race car break by concert by Wiz Khalifa. So it's gonna be a great time, man. Check that out. Let me ask y'all a question.
Yo, they don't even play like a little, like, segue music. It's just right back into the sauce. I love this. Ghetto. I love it.
What's the from the Prince family standpoint, what's the worst? What is the when you get into feelings, what's the worst feeling that y'all had that from what happened that night? Like, what eats at y'all the most of what happened that night? Other than Takeoff here losing his life.
Oh shit!
I don't. Yeah, let me just say this. I don't think I heard you say other than that, but that's at the top. You know what I mean? He lost his life. Other than that, the worst thing to me is this clown that came here. I wish he would have never came with Quavo. I wish he wouldn't have never brought this nigga into Houston because he can't think. You know what I mean? This whole root of everything happening is from his actions. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff because he was the one that deserved that. You know what I mean? Takeoff didn't deserve that. You know, so that's the worst thing that I could think of because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody's still here and live to see another day, and you know what I mean? It's bubbly and lovey-dovey.
Right.
You know.
And I understand that, you know, the Takeoff situation is the most important thing, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, you know, other than that, from the Prince standpoint, it might be like that it ever even was possible that it could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, real clearly. And, you know, as I said, man, the root, you know, everybody, even the police department, want to get around the root of what really happened. Now, there's a law that goes on around the world where if me and you go rob a bank and, you know, the police or somebody is shooting, trying to protect that bank, right, and hit some innocent person, who you think get that charge? The person that shot that innocent person or the root of the situation that was robbing that bank?
Chat, what I keep telling y'all, Jay Prince and I believe his family has already made up their mind that Quavo needs to sacrifice Migo bands to resolve this situation. No one from the Prince family, affiliate or not, will go down for this. They want Quavo's brother, Migo Bands. If you don't remember who Migo Bands is, he's the guy. And by the way, thank you. My guy actually just sent me the video side by side. Thank you. Let me just forward it to myself. Thank you.
That was his cousin. His brother?
I don't know. They keep saying this guy was. That's what everybody was saying. Migo Bands, which is Willie Bland. They're saying that was. Let me see. Okay, here we go. They're saying. Let me see. They were saying it was his. They were saying it was his cousin. No, his brother. I mean. And they kept saying it was Quavo's brother. Yeah, we got the video here. Ooh, thank you. Okay. Thank you, by the way, for that. So if you wonder who Migo Bands is, I'll Google it real quick. Migo Bands. Migo Bands is this guy. Actually, is Instagram still up? Oh, no, it went private. Real nigga. Now, here's why it's a conflict of interest. And by the way, it's interesting. Now I realize where some of the sources was coming out early on. When we first heard the story, the source that came out said, Quavo ran his mouth in Houston, talked a lot of shit, and got his man killed. Right? It was very clear. They were saying, Quavo got Takeoff killed. That's the first thing I heard. The second thing I heard, they said Quavo Quavo ran his mouth, started an argument that led to an altercation, and then somebody from Quavo's team accidentally shot Takeoff. So very early on, the whole narrative was that the death of Takeoff is going to be blamed on Quavo. But if you listen to what Jay Prince is saying, I keep saying, he's spelling out like, bro, he might as well have a law degree. He's spelling out what this guy's legal defense is, right? I don't know if he's paying for his lawyer. I don't know if he bailed him out, even though they said a concerned citizen bailed out Patrick Clark. But he's spelling out what I knew was going to be his defense, and he seems to agree with it.
And I understand that, the takeoff situation is the most important thing, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, other than that, from the Prince standpoint, it might be like that it ever even was possible that it could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, real clearly. And, as I said, man, the root, everybody, even the police department, want to get around the root of what really happened. Now, there's a law that goes on around the world where if me and you go rob a bank and, the police or somebody is shooting, trying to protect that bank, right, and hit some innocent person, who you think get that charge? The person that shot that innocent person or the root of the situation that was robbing that bank?
The root.
Oh.
Essentially, they're saying Patrick Clark shouldn't be charged. They want, and it's going to be interesting how Takeoff kind of responds to this, because, no, not Takeoff, rest in peace, obviously, Quavo, because they want Quavo to give up his mans. If you don't remember, let me see if I can pull up this video. The guy who they're accusing of starting this, clearly Quavo was cool with the guy. Quavo arriving in Houston. Here it goes. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, this was Quavo in the car. The guy who they're blaming is in the back seat. This is Migo Bands. Clearly, he's mad cool with Quavo. If he's rolling with Quavo, Jazz Prince is driving. They're in this drop top situation. Apparently, it was this guy who was his birthday. I don't know what his name was. We talked about it before. They say Quavo and this guy is really tight. Now, I'm wondering, and this is why I said the street shit's going to come into effect. They're going to, clearly, this is a political play, I believe, by Jay Prince by even speaking on it. But we're going to see how gangster Quavo is. Because if Quavo, quote unquote, keeps it in the streets, not only will Patrick Clark get off, but I think Jay Prince is kind of double dutching a little bit. This nigga might get charged. Because it's funny, Jay Prince is talking about snitching, right? But he's basically, when he uses a scenario, you go to rob a bank, the police or the security guard shoots defending the bank, some innocent bystander gets killed, who should really get the charge? The charge goes to the person who did the crime in the first place, the root of the problem. Who's the root, according to Jay Prince, in this whole situation? The guy in the back seat. What is he indirectly saying? Free the nigga who's cool with mom ties, DJ Pat, a.k.a. Patrick Clark, and charge Quavo's best friend or brother, whatever you want to call him, Migo Bands. That's what indirectly he's saying. Let me tell you one thing about Jay Prince. He's a smooth motherfucking operator and he's a great talker. He talks so smooth. And maybe it's just how people from Houston talk, but I don't think necessarily that. Even though Sauce Walker's funny as a motherfucker. Very shrewd operator.
Okay, that's what we're dealing with right here. You know what I mean? This dude is the root of this shit. You know what I mean? And from what I done read in this police report, where he's, telling on everything he can tell on Jazz, and you know what I mean, he moving on to say he was trying to be robbed, and man, don't nobody who want to rob, them little dudes, the last thing they would have done was violated and try to rob Quavo. Me and Quavo done walked in the hood of Fifth Ward, me, him, and Jazz, by ourselves, in the whole hood. And when by the time we hit a few corners, we had 100 plus walking with us. You know what I mean? So he know firsthand. Well, no, that's like a lie to justify that dumb shit that he done. And you know, that's just the root of the shit, man. If I could change it, I would change it. If I was God, I would have reached and grabbed and stopped the bullet from hitting the loved one, because I love him that much. You know what I mean? But I was in a bed sleep.
Just to elaborate on that, man. I think, like I had spoke before and said, that the biggest thing is just me thinking about that whole night and that whole situation, to where, like you guys spoke on, how so many speak about the family, how one should have been controlled, why it happened, this and that and another. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're not God, you know what I'm saying, but we believe in him. And we don't fear no man, you know what I'm saying, because we follow him first and foremost, you know. And personally, I asked myself, was it anything else that could have been done to manicure that situation? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we so used to molding and the respect, you know what I'm saying, to where we didn't have no doubt that it wasn't gonna be no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't move like that. No one in association or affiliation with us move with disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So we all family. You know what I'm saying, man? And just to see the way that my family is being betrayed.
He said
You know what I'm
betrayed
saying?
or
By
portrait?
someone that we care about and love also as brothers. That's the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to enlighten the world and let them know y'all got it messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because we messed up about this too. You know what I'm saying, me? And all respect to Takeoff's family. You know what I'm saying? His loved ones. We love them and respect them too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 1 hour was took that night. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, bro say, behind this clown, man. We don't move like that.
Talk about
You know what I'm saying? When we say move, we move. When one leg move that way, the other leg gonna move that way. We don't have no out of bounds clown shit going on in our family. This nigga came down here and he was out of line. And he stepped out of bounds, man, without permission. Quavo told me, after I told him, I said, nephew, stop talking about basketball, leave it alone. He said, Unc, you right. Let's go. Because I don't want to do nothing to one of these niggas before I do something to one of these niggas. This dude took upon himself to go trying to violate people that didn't violate nobody, that was sitting there humble, wasn't exchanging words, wasn't being disrespectful. He just decided he wanted to be a bully that night and prove something to someone, I don't know, probably because he's the biggest guy out there, I don't know what it was. But we started walking off. You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody in the family violate nobody. A man is gonna defend himself. So I can't tell a man not to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even see that coming. You know, but as soon as he made his move and struck an individual, I'm like, what you doing? But everything happened like that.
So you say struck him.
And I didn't see no gun in his hand. Because I would have spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that till clippings after the fact that he's already standing there. So he already had his mind on something that shouldn't have been. You see what I'm saying? But it wasn't something that we could control, see coming, stop, or none of that, because it wasn't one of ours. You're not of us. Because you was of us, it wouldn't have never happened.
Oh, really?
You stepped out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? And
if they listen to that tape real good, they can hear the little homie. They can hear the little homie saying, man, if you took that wrong, I apologize. This is what the little homie was.
What tape he talking about, Chad? Because we got the tapes right here. Here we go, Chad. Let's see if we could hear what Jay Prince Jr. Jay Prince is saying, all right? Chad, we're gonna break this bitch down. Okay? Got a little side-by-side image right here. Okay, by the way, it's synced 2 different angles. This is great. By the way, whoever who emailed this to me, thank you, brother. I'm gonna go back slowing it down. Probably can't we can't hear good audio here, so we gotta just play the regular version for that. But this is side by side, 2 different angles. Interesting enough, here's Patrick Clark right here. Migo Bands is over here. Quavo's face is right here. This is Shakur Stevenson right here. Takeoff is right here. Man, I've watched this shit too many times, nigga. I'm pointing niggas out without a lineup, nigga. Fuck.
Chucky.
Quavo here. Chucky right here. Migo Band's getting a little frustrated. He takes his hat off. He's looking around. He has his gun in his hand. We see the hand on the Glocky right here. The Glockiana's ready. Quavo's looking around. Quavo's looking right at Mike Prince. Mike Prince got the white hat on. He's talking about basketball. You're gonna see this arrow right here. That's on the Glockiana. Okay. Chucky's chilling right here. Yo, what's the name of that movie with the new girl, Chucky? That's
Megan. To go.
Yeah, Chucky will fuck Megan up. That's facts.
For sure.
Come on now, on Pyro.
That movie's
Here we go. You know, Migo Band's got he got the merce, the male purse. You know,
Glock in the purse.
yeah. All right, here we go. You hear the basketball. By the way, if you don't realize, now we have Migo Bands who's over here. He's squared. He's turning straight to the situation. Before he's looking around, now he's squaring up, turning to look at Takeoff. Not Takeoff, I mean Quavo. And obviously Takeoff too, but Takeoff's behind Quavo. Can't really see here. But you see Migo Bands start moving over here. So this is Migo Bands right here, chat. So Migo Bands start moving over here. Remember, according to Jay Prince, Migo Bands hit somebody. Okay, now we see Quavo. Look, see Quavo with his colorful pants right here? Let me go back. See, this is Quavo pants. He said, let me get out of here before I hurt somebody. He about to walk away. So now he's walking towards the direct. Remember, if he walks this way, he's going to run to Migo Bands. So he's walking towards Migo Bands, and Migo Bands is walking towards him. Maybe Migo Bands is kind of realizing shit's getting tense. You heard that? Hurt somebody. Here. Hurt somebody. Okay, so Migo Bands is holding a gun. Quavo is gonna keep walking and walk past Migo Bands right here. Watch. Oh, right here. You see Quavo right here. This is Quavo right here. The shirt. So he walks behind him. And now supposedly a shot or a punch happens. We hear it's. I can't tell what that is, man.
So who do you punch? He couldn't have punched Quavo, so that would have to be a shot.
That could have been him punching what's that nigga name? Cam. Maybe Cam is behind him.
We would have seen him though.
Cam 5'2". He's like Tory. Even when he's standing, he look like he's sitting. You never know. But
That nigga just there.
Remember though, he says the dude is aggressive first, so we have to imagine that Migo Bands did something. That's if we believe That's if we believe Jay Prince. And by the way, here's the thing too. Where's Jay Prince getting his information from? Does he have the surveillance footage? I'm logged into the court site right now, so I got Patrick. I'm not gonna show y'all on camera, which I could. It don't matter. But the police report is not filed. The police report is not filed, and that's probably gonna come out a little bit in discovery. So to that police report, you're gonna eventually see him have Gilly Reed. He had to go down to the precinct, or he had someone do it. Obviously, he didn't do it himself. Someone had to get that from the precinct in Houston. Which, by the way, chat. If I got anybody in Houston, holla at me. I got a job for you because I want to get that. I want to get that police report. I want to get it raw and uncut. Because Jay Prince is getting police reports when it's not filed in court. So you got to go to the precinct to go get that. Let me see. All right. Then we hear, oh shit. Then we see Migo Benz right here. He's right there.
He shot them.
Then we see Migo Ben right here. Then we see Lil Cameron out here. DJ Pat, who was over here at first, we don't know where he goes. What I said, he ran back to the escalator down here. So he ran this way towards the escalator, and he's probably shooting, but also kind of ducking down a bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep listening to Mr. Prince.
Telling Quavo, man, I apologize if you took that wrong. I was just talking about.
Okay. So we got to listen to the audio. You hear what he said? We're gonna be able to listen to the audio. Keep in mind, here's the thing that I'm asking about Jay Prince. How does Jay Prince know these things? Right? We know we got the police report, right? So anybody could get the police report. Just go down to the precinct and get it, right? But beyond the police report, Jay Prince is telling us things we don't know. He says if you listen to the audio, you're going to hear Lil Cam apologize to Quavo.
Bounce. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Telling Quavo, man, I apologize if you took.
Look, let me go back a little bit further. Sorry.
Bounce. You know what I'm saying? And
If they listen to that tape real good, they can hear the little homie.
The little homie he keeps referring to little homie is Lil Cam. All right? So chat, let's go listen to the clip to see if we can hear little homie saying apologize. Chat, we gotta make sure we cross our T's, dot our I's. Takeoff, bowling alley, raw footage, man. We gotta get it raw. Pause. Here we go. Okay. So we're listening here. Tell me if I need to slow it down, and tell me if we're hearing an apology. Okay? I heard something. I hear another voice that's not Mike or Quavo. Can't tell what it is. Let me slow it down. Jay Prince a better investigator than me if he found this shit out. How the fuck did Jay Prince? Nigga, you know how many times we combed through this? How the fuck?
Isolated the vocals and shit, bro.
Oh nah, he just talked to the niggas who was there. That's what the fuck happened. Okay. All right, here we go. I feel like I heard somebody says,
We was just playing?
Yeah, we were just playing, but I don't hear like,
don't play like that.
Yeah. I don't hear somebody says I apologize though.
I guess saying we were just playing is kind of a way to say like, bro, I'm just fucking with you, like I'm not serious. So that could be a form of apology.
No.
It could, though.
It could be, but Jay Prince says the little homie apologized. Is that not what he said?
Because you was of us, it wouldn't have never happened.
You don't take that as an
You
apology?
stepped out of.
Oh, how humble can you be?
Look.
If they listen to that tape real good, they can hear the little homie. They can hear the little homie saying, "Man, if you took that wrong, I apologize." This is what.
We'll hear that. You hear that?
I hear I was just playing.
You know, Boom got them Boston Richie ears, so.
The little homie was.
Somebody says he definitely said it. I'm deaf. Somebody says, for real? Nah. Somebody said we hear it. Oh, he said I apologize, big bro. Did he? Okay, hold on. We got to slow this down. Hold on.
Oh, he does say it right there. You hear it, right?
Yeah, he do say
He
it.
does. Damn, how did y'all hear that? What the fuck?
Nah, this is why I told you. Yo, Houston was trying to send me one badge. I told him I need like 15,000 badges for the fucking chat niggas. Like, yo, y'all right.
Okay. Yeah, so when he said I was just playing, that was.
He says, I apologize, big bro. Like, he does say that.
He does.
I apologize, big bro.
Now you can play that normal.
Damn, chat is good.
Damn, they heard that.
Nah, he do. He said, I apologize, big bro.
He said, big bro.
I ain't gonna lie, Twitch caught that. I don't even know if did YouTube catch that? Twitch caught it. Twitch be on timing. I don't know about YouTube. Let me see what YouTube. Did YouTube catch the shit? Like YouTube.
PD. Damn. Yeah. So when he said I was just playing, that was before he said I apologize. He's like, don't play like that. He said, I apologize. Yeah. So I knew that was a form of apology, bro. To say I was just playing.
Okay. All right.
So what the fuck happened?
I mean, maybe goes into the narrative that I was hearing that maybe Quavo was just really just feeling himself. Because if a nigga's in your face and y'all are getting into it a little bit and he says, I apologize.
It's over.
That is him copping a plea, bro.
Yeah, it should have been dead.
Damn.
So he might be right, bro. Jay Prince might be right, bro. He might have, that nigga Migo Bands probably was just feeling himself, bro. Geeked out of his body.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think Migo Bands wasn't feeling himself. He was going off the energy of Quavo, and Quavo was on. Remember, they're trying to calm him down. Yo, bro, chill. Nah, I ain't gonna get. There's a part where they say like, nah, bro, like ain't gonna be no disrespect like that. Like we family type shit. And now we hear the dude says, yo, I apologize, big bro. And Quavo's still talking shit like, nah, don't play like that, nigga. Like, you know what, man? Let me get out of here before I hurt somebody. Like, bruh.
So whose fault is that? Would that be? That's not Kim's. He apologized.
I've always said, though, it appears that Quavo didn't de-escalate a situation, and it don't seem like nobody was trying to buck at it. We can't find who the person was trying to buck at him. So he, in walking away, which he did walk away, we got to give him credit. And I'm not trying to place blame on him for everything that transpired still, but it's a way to walk away. You don't walk away and be like, yo, man, y'all like y'all don't shoot this motherfucking club up, nigga. They be like, whoa, nigga, you not about to leave here saying that now, brother. Okay, good catch, chat. Let me hear again. Oh, I apologize, big bro. I ain't mean it like that.
Bro. Jay Prince might be not capping.
Hold on. Wait.
My bad. Go back.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear right what he's. All right. So what does Quavo say after he says, "I apologize, big bro"? I mean like that.
I ain't finna sit here.
All right, let's go. I ain't finna sit here and go back and forth. And I think that's when he started walking off. Then he says the last thing, y'all gonna make me hurt somebody. Y'all gonna make me hurt somebody. See? God damn. Yo, let me tell you, they always say, man, they said there's nothing as more lethal than sometimes the tongue. Like, sometimes you could say things that could be so damaging to other people, but could also set things into motion that it's just hard to stop. Wow. Fucking crazy.
Telling Quavo, man, I apologize if you took that wrong. I was just talking about basketball. You know, how humble can you be? After apologizing like that, a nigga gonna hit him with a pistol?
Ooh.
Hey, man.
Yo, J Prince know a lot.
So he got gun butted.
That's what I said. So
Wow. Okay.
So he got pistol whipped.
I think I know it. Now I know, kind of see what happened. Kind of can see it. That nigga acting on behalf of Quavo. And
Yeah.
You just disrespect my mans, and I'm just gonna hit your ass because you a bitch ass nigga. Gun butted him, and them niggas just started firing off.
Remember that they're gonna read the statement from the dude. His name is Willie Bland, right? This is why I need the police report, because the police report has a statement because they questioned him, right? And I don't know if they questioned him that night or he probably got a lawyer then talked to them, but it doesn't matter. So apparently, right? And by the way, how did J Prince get this? He couldn't have got this through like Discovery. I don't even know if dude has gotten Discovery yet. I'm talking about Patrick Clark. So wait. Fucking interesting.
Bro, mob ties, bro.
Wait, hold on.
It's definitely swaying me on this.
No. Wait, no. Just give me a second. I'm trying to think about this. So clearly, no. Okay. Hold on. I'm thinking about a million things.
Man, you know, like I said.
No, I'm also trying to figure out where J Prince is getting this info from. He can't get this from his son.
What about the courts? Because no Discovery, he should have it.
Well, he could get the police report, but I'm still trying to figure out his fucking angle. But still, I think we know his angle. He's defending Lil Cam, who got locked up on a gun, and the other dude who got locked up on the murder. He's defending too, pretty much.
Say, under no circumstances did Takeoff deserve what he got. But boy, look at here. That other clown, hey man, that's where it's at.
You keep people keep talking about.
Let me ask y'all this question, chat. This is very important. Number one, I've always said too, though, like, you know, sometimes you got to be careful of an entourage you roll with because they're not professional security, and a lot of times your entourage might do something, think they're protecting you, but they might be endangering you or maybe putting you in a position that you can get sued or something like that, right? It's clear if I'm listening to J Prince, he wants Quavo to disavow and basically serve up Migo bands to get arrested for murder. He wants him to go down for the murder. Let me ask y'all this, chat. Keep in mind, Migo bands was operating on behalf of Quavo. Ain't nobody was talking to him crazy. Ain't nobody was arguing with him about basketball. He swung on a nigga. And that's why I was having a brain fart earlier. He swung on a nigga, and you'll hear it in the police report that they're gonna read soon. He said the reason why he swung is because he thought somebody was gonna rob Quavo. Now, why would he think that? I have a theory, and not even a theory. That this just seems obvious. Remember, as we're watching this video, right? As we're watching this video, right? Quavo is seen here. Migo Bands is seen here. Hold on, let me make sure. Quavo is seen here, right? Migo Bands is seen here. Quavo walks over to Migo Bands, but Migo Bands is looking towards Quavo. If he punches someone and he thinks they're gonna rob him, he must feel like them niggas is following behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Oh, them niggas right behind him type shit.
Somebody him to get like before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Quavo walks off. Mike Prince is kind of right here. Then that happens really quick, and we're going in slow motion. All right. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to here.
You know. And I'm just speaking on it because they keep attaching it to y'all name and y'all brand and what y'all build. Keep talking about dice game. Whether it's in this situation, whether it's in this Duke the Jeweler situation, people keep speaking to that. And to Duke the Jeweler, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. I don't know the brother, but I know he came down here.
Yeah.
Things transpired. I don't have no knowledge of it, but they keep talking about this dice game type shit.
Yeah.
Can y'all elaborate on dice game when it's tied to y'all?
I mean, I know people were associating me with that Duke the Jeweler situation because I went to LaBusi pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got killed. He got killed leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
You know, Gillian Wild let him off easy with this question. Brother, nobody's saying that they're dying over the dice game, even though all like the argument from the takeoff situation originated from a conversation seemingly about maybe the game, either people talking shit from a dice game. Here's the point. What type of individuals are you bringing into this type of what environment are you creating that's leading to gunplay? What type of street niggas you got in a building where simple disagreements could turn into bloodshed? The dice game is, of course, something to be questioned. It doesn't matter if they're fighting over the dice or you're bringing some of the people who are just shady individuals who are killers to the dice game.
Yeah, and you know, niggas gonna gamble, man. You know what I mean? It's, all around the world, people gamble, people do different things, man. And that shit was happening before we were born. It's gonna be happening after we die. You know what I mean? But like, I know a little something concerning that situation too. And from what I understand, it wasn't even no robbery. The man had all his jewelry on. You know what I mean? So that's some Chicago business. You know what I mean? And I hate for people to blame shit on my niggas here in Texas, in H-Town, that they ain't even got no fingerprints on none of that. You know what I mean? But they quick to try and blame it on us first, and then they'll take it everywhere else. But that shit ain't real.
What is the meaning, the definition?
Yeah, they let him off the hook again with that question too. Duke the Jeweler
that like button, and I guess afterwards
So this is a dice game right here. Is this? I think this is Jeweler right here. This is him. You telling me this dude is here, and I think he died in Houston, and nobody knows nothing. That's the Chicago business. You got the same motherfuckers. This is Lil Cam. I don't know, man.
The mob ties.
Movement of bosses together in elevated structure.
Yo, when he said that, when he said that, that's like when Young Thug's lawyer went in court and be like, yo, what does YSL stand for?
Young stoners, bro.
No, Young Successful Life. yo, Mob Ties is only an acronym now. What?
No, that's so. W script, bro. W mob tie script. I ain't gonna lie. W script.
Nigga, what?
Movement of bosses successfully.
Brown. You know what I mean? So that's some Chicago business. You know what I mean? And I hate for people to blame shit on my niggas here in Texas, in H-Town, that they ain't even got no fingerprints on none of that. You know what I mean? But they quick to try and blame it on us first, and then they'll take it everywhere else. But that shit ain't real.
What is the meaning, the definition of mob ties?
Movement of bosses together in elevated structure.
I ain't know that.
Ain't that powerful?
I never knew. No, I never heard it that way.
Basically, our goal is
Say that one more time.
movement of bosses together.
Yo, Wallow said, I never heard that way. Of course you ain't hear it, Wallow. This made it up. This made it up, nigga, in the car coming over. Like, what the hell? Yo, Wallow, they just made it up.
In elevated structure.
Okay.
Yo, look at Gilly's face. Like, oh, okay, that makes it. No, it don't, nigga. It don't, nigga.
The bosses together in elevated structure.
I ain't know that.
Ain't that powerful?
I never knew.
Ain't that powerful?
No, I never heard it that way.
Basically, our goal is
Say that one more time.
movement.
Yo, Gilly, like, I know this nigga don't remember it like that. Say it one more time.
Of bosses together in elevated structure.
Okay.
Sometimes. All this here, you know what I mean? All these related. You know, all this here, these bosses. What is this here? That's,
All boss brands.
That's Drake. Carl Crawford, 1501. That's Megan Boss. Mob Ties. You know, Finesse. Honeycomb. And then the one and only. I love this shit.
The one and only, the motherfucker that broke the doors down.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Absolutely, man.
But it's, you know, I love that name, man, and I wanna talk about that for a minute because, you know, the enemy wanna belittle us to gain conversation and all that small shit. And that ain't what I put in him from a boy. You know what I mean? From a babe. I didn't put no all that weak shit in him. You know what I mean? He has an entrepreneurial mind. This is something that he dreamed. You know what I mean? He been dreaming, blood, sweat, and tears went into this name, and it wasn't on no negative bullshit that they try to paint the portrait on. You know, so now you know the move. You know the meaning. You know what I mean? A movement of bosses. You know what I mean? A movement of bosses. If you don't remember the rest, just
Jay Prince don't even remember the rest. Like, yo, damn, son, you just came up with that shit right now?
remember a movement of bosses. And if you qualify, let's ride.
Now,
What chat niggas stand for?
you know, Jazz. How Jazz not here to speak, but how did Jazz feel? You know, knowing they was coming down here for him.
Yeah. Jazz, man, was heartbroken, man, because, you know, Quavo, them came down because Jazz was having a surprise Jazz Prince Day. The city of Houston was giving him his day. And Quavo and Jazz is, you know, like tight. You know, so he was coming down to support his brother and, you know, be there for him on a moment like that. So you can only imagine, you know how he feel. And the other piece was, you know, he even tried to get him to leave with him because Jazz he wasn't there when everything took place, but he was there earlier. And he asked Quavo to leave with him, but the homies wanted to stay and hang out, you know, which was, you know, a noble thing to do, you know, not thinking all this shit. Niggas like to party, like to have fun. So he decided to stay, but he was heartbroken by this shit, man. You know, he was heartbroken all the way up until this day.
How do you, it was a lengthy police report.
Yeah.
By the guy that was mainly involved with this situation.
That's why I know this whole thing was scripted, right? Remember, I ain't even see the police report. Police report ain't online. The only way I know Gillian Wallow ain't looking for police reports. They pretty much got prepped to say, yo, this is what we kind of want to talk about. That dude Willie Bland, we think he's snitching. Yo, y'all can look at the police report for yourself. And they probably did that right before the interview, and that's why the conversation, is going to be centered much around the police report. Here we go.
How do you feel about things that were said in that police report?
Man, if Gilly would be so nice to just read some of this police report, just some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words, I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now, we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece how I feel about that bullshit. Now,
Yo, it's so crazy that Jay Prince talks so definitive of like he knows what happens. He wasn't there. He said he was in bed.
clearly,
He knows people that was there.
this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was gonna punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think gonna happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you gonna hit them? These people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready to rob Quavo. And Lord knows if anybody, any of them people would have tried to rob or touch Quavo, it was gonna be some real problems. So that's just not true.
You want me to finish reading?
Yeah, might as well. Let's let them know how. This dude, here's what he doing, Gilly. This dude right here is running back in Atlanta, getting on the real niggas. So we have to get him $1 million worth of game. Let him know. Now this is what he doing out here in Houston. Now if he running up under y'all, then and you embrace him, that's on y'all. But I can't hide it from him. I want him to know. Yeah, and I know y'all them kind of people, so let's let them know.
He believed it was probably Cameron Joshua shooting at him, so he began shooting at Cameron Joshua. Video showed that Joshua ran back inside the
Cameron Joshua is Lil Cam.
bowling alley, but there is no video evidence showing firing it.
Hold on, I wanted to go back to the earlier part of the police report where, here we go.
Identified as Joshua and Watkins.
He was heartbroken all the way up.
So I'm trying to figure out who got hit. So that's the point I'm trying to figure out. Who did Migo Bands hit?
Up until this day.
How do you, it was a lengthy police report.
If Gilly would be so nice to just read some of this police report, some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words, I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males.
Oh, so he punched. Yeah, so he pistol whipped or he hit Joshua Cameron, which is Lil Cam.
We're about to try Cameron Joshua.
So that's just not true.
You want me to finish reading?
Yeah, might as well. Let's let them know how. This dude, here's what he doing, Gilly. This dude right here is running back in Atlanta, getting on the real niggas. So we have to get him $1 million worth of game. let them know. Now, this is what he doing out here in Houston.
Did
Now,
the
he running
paperwork
up
say
on the-
2019? Somebody says it is.
With his...
The evening.
Okay, hold on. Let's zoom in on the paperwork.
April 2019. But that's a legislature. So that's not the.
Yeah. The date or the year is up here.
That he
It's 2022. HPD 2022.
Legislature's at the bottom.
Yeah, this is a legislature, and we could probably Google it. 85th legislature.
Version 1.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely ain't what we think it is now. Okay.
he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now, we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece how I feel about that bullshit. Now, clearly, this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was gonna punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think gonna happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you gonna hit them? You know, these people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm a
Watch Jay Prince Jr. demeanor while he listens to his father basically defend him and the dudes he roll with. Just watch Jay Prince Jr. Only look at him. Just look
you
at
know
him.
what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you gonna hit them? You know, these people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready to rob Quavo. Problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready.
I mean,
No, nigga. What Gilly face be saying, bro?
I don't believe that shit, but I'm scared to tell you.
Yo, Gilly had the look on his face, be like, yo, bro.
Bull tripping.
Ready to rob Quavo. And Lord knows if anybody, any of them people would have tried to rob or touch Quavo, it was going to be some real problems. So that's just not true.
You want me to finish reading?
Yeah, might as well. Let's let them know how. Cause this dude, here's what he doing, Gilly. This dude right here is running back in Atlanta, getting on the real niggas. So we have to get him $1 million worth of game. Let them know. Now this
is like an ill thing that I think Jay Prince is doing. So Jay Prince is kind of also putting out like smoke signals saying this is the guy who should be really charged with murder, but also putting out a little smoke signal saying, yo, this guy's a rat and street niggas shouldn't stand by him in case we gonna handle this on the streets. It's kind of interesting.
This is what he doing out here in Houston. Now if he running up under y'all, then and you embrace him, that's on y'all. But I can't hide it from him. I want him to know. Yeah, and I know y'all them kind of people, so let's let them know.
He believed it was probably Cameron Joshua shooting at him, so he began shooting at Cameron Joshua. Video showed that Joshua ran back inside the bowling alley, but there is no video evidence showing firing the gun.
Now, just this little piece of who he's saying, this when he put my son's name in his mouth.
From right here, a large black male with the victim's group later identified as Willie Bland is seen either striking or...
No. Let's go to Paul where he say who gave him a gun and all that kind of stuff.
Willie Bland further stated he initially obtained the gun that he discharged from Jazz Prince, who was hosting the group, including Willie Takeoff and Quavo, while they visited Houston. Willie stated that he had asked Jazz for a gun, and Jazz provided him with one that was in the truck.
Now listen at that. Now, Quavo, as I